Today in this episode, how a corporate training is important to adapt in the early stage of a startup.
And as it is a Gen Z generation, this Gen Z try to find out the shortcut to earn money.
The importance of corporate training in the startup world, right?
It's very important to take this corporate training and market research, the most important thing.
So, what are the three most important skill set?
So right now I am associated with multiple colleges, multiple corporate companies where we conduct different types of skill development customized programs.
Welcome to Future with Hu9. Here, leaders from across segments come and discuss about the new ways and new technologies and new skill sets to add to help them grow their business. Today, we are going to talk with someone who has been into corporate training for a while and will try to understand how a corporate training is important to adapt in the early stage of a startup. And every founder should look after creating a way of training their employees and also training himself to get the better outcome for their business. The truth is that idea makes a business, but at the same time, the implementation and the team along with that who is working to make it happen creates the most impact. So training the team and making sure that each and every aspects have been covered so that whenever they start working on any specific challenge, they are ready or equipped with all the required skills to face that. Today in this episode, I have with me Mr. Tushar, an international certified corporate trainer, sales master trainer, and founder of Stellar International Training Solution. So help me welcoming him today and let's hear it from him. How was his journey all about? And let's understand a corporate training culture in the startup world. Thank you so much, Tushar. It's really privileged to have you on my show.
Okay, welcome.
The importance of corporate training in the startup world, right? And you hold a good experience of international trainings with the lot of corporates. Just if you can give me a gist about what do you do and how is your work life on today's day, like what all things you are doing for as a part of corporate training, any specific companies you have been working with, and if you can just give me a glimpse about what you do right now.
So first of all, thank you for the opportunity. We've been planning for this podcast since long, and I'm sure that your viewers and all your followers for your podcast channel is surely gonna benefit through this because this is related to the skill development, which is the most important thing for all the different levels of people. Let it be job or business, keeping ourselves updated is the most important thing because the more updated we are, the more knowledge we gain, the more exposure we gain, the more opportunities we explore. So, corporate training or a skill development, it is one of the most important secret mantra for an individual to constantly keep progressing. So, let it be job or business. Corporate training plays a very important role. So, right now, I am associated with multiple colleges, multiple corporate companies where we conduct different types of skill development customized programs where our main vision is to deliver as much ROI as possible, return of investment, and to add the expertise into the mindsets of the people so that in the longer run company gets as much benefit as much as possible from the employees. So right now we conduct multiple trainings in multiple colleges and companies. Thank you.
So we see most of the times this corporate training word has been mostly used in MNCs or big setup companies which we are doing from last 10 years or 15 years who have a good bunch of people like 15 people, 150 people, 200 people, 1000 people working across departments, right? So we are very fascinated or understood or heard these discussions with those people. We see that. But what I'm trying to understand here is because I'm specifically related to startups. I happen to interact with a lot of founders these days through podcast or any networking events as such. So why a startup should invest in corporate training? Like what will be the benefit they'll be getting and why? Because people from the startup industry or the team people who've been working on a startup, right? They're only constantly working on developing their product or acquiring customers, finding money, finding ways to get funding for their startup, right? But these topics they don't touch upon or discuss about. So how important it is, what will be the benefit if they implement that in the early stage of their startup?
This is the most important topic to be discussed in today's generation. It has been rightly called as this generation is a Gen Z, generation. So people wants to earn easy money, and people basically wants to try to find out the things which can be done in the most easier way. And as it is a Gen Z generation, this Gen Z try to find out the shortcut to earn money. So I would, rightly say that there is no shortcut. Let it be again job or business. There is no shortcut. Even if you apply for the shortcut, it will not be with you for the longer span of time. So we have to go step by step. You know, so that plays the very important role. And for a startup, as you mentioned, that the importance of training or keeping ourselves updated. You know about the industry trends related to the market insights, what's happening or what's coming up into the market. It is very important to take this corporate training and market research, the most important thing. Because I would love to say there is a very beautiful quote, drop by drop makes an ocean. So it
Nice.
simply means Yes, it simply means the knowledge which we gain, the exposure that we gain, the skill development that we gain every single day is like a drop if you compare with the example. And end of the month or end of the year, when you accumulate all this knowledge, the experience, the exposure, you know, this exposure and experience which you accumulated over the period of 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year is like an ocean. So normally we feel that I did not earn anything today or I did not gain anything today. But what you have gained or what the startup founder has gained is the knowledge, the experience, the never give up attitude, the patience, the focus, the consistency. That qualities the founder has gained. And the most important thing, again, I would like to exaggerate on a thing is starting up a startup company in any domain is very easy, but running a company consistently in a profitable sustainable format, that is the most important challenge. So to understand the fundamentals of a startup company irrespective of the domain, is very important. What is called as planning, what is called as allocating resources, what is called as what resources are to be needed for my particular domain company, how many people I need, what is the capital that I need to form before I establish an company, competitor analysis, like who all are the players who are in the market industry right now. I need to do the market research about it, then I need to do the budgeting, how much money I will be needing for different resources. After budgeting, I need to understand the strategy that for different levels of the departments, like different departments, what strategy I need to have. Like, for example, you know, for research and development, what strategy I need to have. For sales, what strategy. For marketing, what strategy. For finalizing the product or a service that will be launched in the market, what strategy it will be having. Pricing strategy. Then what is our USP? What is my unique selling point, my USP? So all these things a startup person has to find out. He has to do the market research, and then in a systematic way he has to launch a company, and whatever he has planned he has to execute it every single day. That will add value in a longer run for any of the company startup.
So we have this sense of understanding about a corporate worker or an employee who've been working for MNC or a big setup company, right? So at the time of building a startup, we'll be having a very small group of team, or at times very early stage founder, only one or two people working with them, right? So what are the three most important skill set that every founder or the early stage team should invest themselves in?
So the most, actually, I would say there are more than 10 skills that a founder or a startup person has to have. But if you ask me to name the top three, so first is the market research, I would say. Market research is very much important. Like as I covered about the different stages of market research, in the previous answer. So I'll not repeat it again. In short, market research is all about visualizing the roadmap that what my company is going to do, how it's going to perform, what product and services I will be offering, whether there is the demand. There is also a principle called as demand and supply. So is there is the demand in the market, yes or no? If yes, what is the demand? At what volume is the demand? Till what extent is the demand? Like 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 1 decade, till what extent that demand is going to last. So based on that, our product and services has to be calculated and finalized. So this is the first, that is market research. Second is the focus. What happens is when we start a business community, when we start a business startup, you know, we do networking. You know, when we do networking, we come across all types of different people who would, add value to our company. You know, so we have to be very choosy and we have to be very smart enough to bifurcate who to associate with, who not to associate with, because time is money. Time is money. It has been rightly said, right? So we cannot just waste our time. We have to take our, own time, own sweet time to decide who to work with and what opportunities to grab. And we have to learn to say no. That is very much important. We cannot say yes to whoever the person approaches us. You know, today I am putting 100% effort, then next week, for the next entire 6 to 7 days, I don't do anything. I just relax and, I do chill and I don't do any work. So it's not going to add any value to my company. You know, as I said, that drop by drop makes an ocean. So every day we have to put consistent effort, let it be 10%, 50%, or 100%. But the effort contribution has to be there. So consistency plays the very important role. So to sum it up, first is the market research, second is the focus or concentration, and third is the consistency. Three important qualities.
In the corporate training as such, right, as far as profession is concerned, your profession is concerned, what all things comes under, like what all type of skill sets, skills you train people around?
So first of all, I would love to introduce my company. My company is located in Pune. We provide trainings all across India, online and offline. We are basically, my company name is Stellar International Training Solutions. As you can see the logo out here, you know. So we are basically into two domains. First is non-technical for colleges and corporate companies. So under non-technical, we cover leadership development training, campus to corporate training, personality development training. Now, as it is been said that personality is something which is directly connected to the human being, irrespective of the gender, like a male or female. Because whatever we do, we are a student, we are doing a job, we are doing a business, we are retired. Personality plays a very important role in the human upbringing, because personality is directly related to a human, a person, to a
Oh,
human being, a human mankind. It's not something related to the AI, artificial intelligence. So why soft skill, why training is important? Because we deal with humans. Different humans have different minds. So to effectively communicate and effectively pass on the ideas, my ideas to a front person. Communication plays a very important role. Team building plays an important role. Presentation, public speaking plays the important role. So these are few of the topics that we cover. If you ask, there are more than 50 topics, but just to name few, there is communication skill, there is team building activities, there is leadership development training program, people management, goal setting and how to achieve the goal, image consulting, sales training. Like as it's been rightly said, that for each and every company, sales is like an oxygen or a backbone or a pillar. So sales, normally everything depends upon the numbers. So if a company wants to grow their numbers in terms of sales, taking the sales training is very much important, because
oh,
different products have different strategies for the sales and marketing. So based on that, we have to train the students. And what we do is, different companies have different challenges. So what we do is we customize the training program and then we deliver the training as per the attendees and the challenges of the companies. And under technical trainings, we basically provide the trainings such as mostly into the technical domain, like technology trainers like Java, Python, embedded systems, artificial intelligence and machine learning, AWS, DevOps. because these are the technologies which are booming right now. And in future, if you ask me what technologies will boom, blockchain development, it is still in the market, but it has not yet boomed, because people are not much aware about it. So blockchain development will go ahead, augmented reality will go ahead, artificial intelligence and machine learning, it's progressing, and for the next 10 years still it will be in the big demand. So these are the trainings we conduct for colleges and companies.
So as you see, this corporate training is not new to the market. It's been done from the generations together, right? Like a lot of people have been adapted this training methods in their businesses. I just want to know that in today's time, this is the era of AI and other digital tools, right? So how does that create any impact in this industry? Or if yes, what kind of outcome it is helping you achieve? Like with the help of AI tools or any digital tools in today's time?
This is a very much interesting question, and I would be basically giving this answer in the most effective manner as I am into the corporate training. Artificial intelligence, I would say, is a very important tool in present generation because it makes our work easy. As it has been rightly said that we don't have to do donkey work, we have to do smart work. So any person in any domain, let it be a job or a business, if a person uses AI in the day to day operations, day to day daily life, AI makes our work easy. Like let's take an example. If you use a Google Gemini or a Chat GPT, it can make presentations for us, it can give us the answers of the critical questions that we ask to them. So I would say, almost 80% work of our is been done by AI. If we actually understand what AI is, how it has been helpful for us, right from writing a blog to giving us the suggestion related to our horoscope, it's been taken care by the AI. But the most important thing I would like to highlight is humans cannot be replaced. Even if the AI or artificial intelligence go 1,000 times ahead, you know, the AI, the human mind cannot be replaced. So the final summary is we have to take the help of AI, but we don't have to depend on AI 100% for our day-to-day expense, day-to-day operations.
So I've been marketing specialist from last 10 years who've been helping businesses to build or market their product online. So I would like to know what are your current marketing strategies, how you are putting up your business in front of people and driving sales for your business.
So, as it has been said, that sales and marketing is one of the most important, aspect of a business. Let it be a job or a business, directly or indirectly, we do sales. Like for example, if I'm applying for a job, you will ask me what sales do we do or what marketing do we do. But the day when we go for an interview and we sit in front of the person who is taking our interview, a recruiter, we do marketing of our skills, we do sales of our skill, that I am the best person for the post which is available that you are looking out for. So, as a person, we have to be very much good into the sales and marketing, the presentation skills, the street smartness, the public speaking. These are the most important skills we need to have. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, or when it comes to training, or when it comes to sales and marketing, you know, that is the bread and butter for any business or a human being. Because if we are good at sales, you can survive anywhere. Let it be job, let it be business, or let it be NGO, or whatever the work we do. So if you ask me the sales and marketing strategy, first thing I will again repeat, we have to plan out things. Second is we have to strategize our strategies. We have to finalize very carefully about the strategies, like what to do, how to do, when to do, and where to do. Four W's. So this plays an important role. And whatever we have planned, we have to execute it. So whatever we have planned, if we don't execute it, it's been rightly said that action speaks louder than voice. So we don't have to just say, or we don't have to promote, we have to actually execute things through action. So based on that, we get the results over the period of time. And entrepreneurship and startup is basically a game of patience. The person who survives the most and the person who keeps learning the most through internal and external corporate training and through observation, that person becomes the horse in a startup game or the entrepreneurship game. And loss and success and failure is a part of business, so we should not get demotivated, if I get lost today or if I get a failure tomorrow, because it's been rightly said that no stands for next opportunity. So if I get a failure or if I get a no means what? Failure, right? So
Oh,
no stands for next opportunity. So this is the secret mantra for any of the startup person. So even if in sales and marketing, if a client says no, it simply means next opportunity. So we have to keep on trying.
it was really nice interacting with you, Tushar. We had literally, I personally had a lot of information from you, and I learned from this episode. And I must say that's the reason I have been putting across all the podcasters on my channel so that people from different domain come to my show and express their learnings. So it is really wonderful. It was really wonderful interacting with you. Thank you so much for being part of my show, Tushar. Thank you so much.
Best wishes and wish you all the best for your future endeavors. And I'm sure your channel will go to the next level as soon as possible. And soon it will cross 1 lakh subscribers. I'll try to promote it as much as possible. And on behalf of you, I would say subscribe to the channel, share it as much as possible. And I'm sure he will be take conducting interviews and podcasts for the highly recognized people, and it will surely add value into your life, your personal and business life. So signing off is Tushar Pawar, and have a great day.